Nothing.
We're good. We're good. Just flow.
Yeah.
No worries. Just have fun. I love smiles. That is the best energy. Don't even like, we'll forget it that we're recording, right? So when it comes down to it, right? I've been connecting with so many business owners. Whew, and I've been learning a lot. Have you ever read like Think and Grow Rich or like anything
Mm-hmm.
by Napoleon Hill? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I started thinking and I said, let me find out like why business owners actually start their business and what do they have, what's going on, and then let them share it because that's the beautiful part. He connected with the top, I would say 5 to 10 richest people in the world and just learn from them. And he learned a great wealth of information. And so I wanted to give you the spotlight and actually hear from you. One, how you got started.
Mm-hmm.
Two, why you chose the industry you chose. Three, like, what does it take? Like, how did you get your name out there? How do you like blow up so everybody knows who Danielle is? And then lastly, like words of wisdom that you want to share.
Mm. Okay.
So we'll start it off like, tell me about your business. Tell me about you. Tell me about like, how did it actually start?
Okay. So it evolved obviously and just kind of spiraled into what it is today, but it didn't always start as this international government contracting firm. Um, you said the question was how did I get
How did you,
started?
what is your business? So we can
Okay,
like
so
make
my
sure.
business is what we do is we provide training and development services to the government, and we also do corporate contracts as well.
Yep.
So, I mean, anything from leadership training, diversity and inclusion, we do curriculum development, LMS, you name it. So we
Yep.
stay within that space, mainly, like I said, on the corporate level. We don't really get into like education, like pre-K to 12.
Okay.
However, I do have colleagues and business partners who do specialize in that.
Okay.
So that's mainly what we do. We have two parts to it. We also have a mentorship program and we have online courses. So the
Nice.
mentorship program, it was kind of a spinoff because I was a consultant. I was a
Yep.
consultant for many years prior to deciding that we were going to go full into contracting. Well, I still
Right.
had consulting clients. I still had people who reached out and are just like, hey, we still want this knowledge. Like, how do we get to that next level? So I created the mentorship program to still be able to connect with those businesses and literally walk them step by step through how to be successful where their businesses are. Because I already know from being in the industry, being a consultant, consultants can only take you so far,
Right.
meaning even when I stopped working with clients, just our time was up, project was done, year 2 years later they're coming back because they just didn't understand anything that you did. Like they
That's
passed that
it.
off to you. And um and there was still a lot of businesses. I know how the PTAC works, the SBA, the free resources, they only take you so far.
Right.
So, the live mentorship is just like this, like, hey, what are your goals? Where are you trying to get? Okay, if I haven't been there, I'm pretty sure I've dealt with a company who has very strategic in my ways of working through the government space. And so the mentees that we do have been extremely successful. They're winning contracts. They're
Good.
getting their certifications or GSA schedules. Like they're getting the results
It's
that they were like,
good.
hey, I needed someone to just sit down and just say, what does all of this mean? I don't want to Google anything else. I don't want to go to another class. I just need someone to take all this
So
information
it's
and
like
make it
that
make
account.
sense.
It's like the coach of the accountability to like, right? Take it, give it to you in simple layman's terms, and like, all right, so that business owner can actually take action with it rather than wasting their time saying, "I think I got it, but I
Yeah.
don't know how to use it."
Yeah.
I use this example. I don't have my keys on me, but it's like if Danielle, if I gave you my keys and I got my office keys on there that opens up the doors to like Fortune 500 company doors, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got my home keys on there, I got my car keys on there. I got like another office and another rental
Yeah.
property. I got all these different keys. And if I gave that to you, how valuable is that?
Yeah, it's like I have all these keys to open the doors to all of these opportunities, but I don't know which one goes where or how to use it. I
Got
love
it.
that analogy. I
You
love
got
that.
it. And
Yeah.
so the key thing is, showing people how to, which door it goes to, which key the door goes to, and then actually helping them unlock it so they can get all the resources, the abundance that is behind the door, right? And so, so many people I'm realizing need help in those areas. So it's cool to see that you're like actually realizing the same thing and that you do have a mentorship program. I wanted to ask you, like, what consulting firm did you work for before?
It was mine. I've always worked for myself in this space. So, I guess to kind of answer one of your questions, how I got
Hmm.
started
Yeah.
was, so I'm an English major, right? I
Okay.
graduated from the University of Miami.
All
I
right.
was an English and journalism double major. And everyone always asks, what are you going to do with that when you graduate? Because, teaching kids, that was not going to be, that wasn't it.
Understand.
Never thought about doing that. Went into the banking industry only because I started banking when I was 17, and it just naturally, due to resume history, you end up in the banking industry.
Right.
Of course, not happy, corporate
Hmm.
job. And so as a personal banker, we used to have government contractors come in, and they
Hmm.
were depositing these large checks. And I'm like, okay, hold on. I need to talk. What do y'all do? Like, in your
Yeah.
period of building rapport,
Yeah.
as you're opening accounts and doing all of that stuff. And so just talking to a few of them, they were finding out that one of the biggest pitfalls is writing proposals. Like, that's, no one likes to write them. They're complicated. They're trying to go off of bid opportunities. And I just start asking more questions. But anyway, long story short, it struck my interest to become a proposal writer. I'm like, well, I love to write. That's what I wanted to do. I always wanted to find something I can do
You were
in my
passionate about it.
passion. Never would have thought about proposal writing for the
No.
government. So I went back to school. Well, I took training. So I wouldn't say
Okay.
school, but I did sign up for a training course for
Mhm.
proposal writing, and I started really building my foundation
Right.
in government contracting. So while I was still working at the bank, I started just going to a lot of networking events,
Right.
just kind of the contractors that were coming in, staying in the loop, like, hey, well, while you're in the office, come here. Where did you say this was happening? Just getting more information on the industry.
Right.
Gained my first client, and she won. It was a $250,000 contract.
Check you
And
out.
that's what solid. And I thought the proposal was the worst proposal ever. Like, when I say my fingers were shaking when I submitted it to her, I'm like, man, I'm about to look like an idiot.
You're a critic to yourself. You criticize your own work, but it's magic to other people. So I'm glad you are a hard critic on yourself because it's just always going to produce the best work.
Yeah, because I was like, because I'm at this point, I was still in, learning. I'm still training, so I'm piecemealing, the information I'm learning for this training class and trying
Right.
to apply it to this, proposal. And I'm like, well, here goes nothing, and she won it. So, that kind of solidified and said, I'm going to do it. But when I say the business evolved, it's because there's so much more to just proposal
Needs.
writing. And one of the things I found is that as I was getting people who were interested in me writing, but they didn't understand the solicitation. And I realized I knew more than what other people did just through studying.
Right.
Like, oh, this is a set aside. What does that mean? Okay, so it means this. You need to get a certification. Well, how do I get that? Well, you go here. So then, subsequently, it just evolved into a consulting firm just to help people with the other aspects of it.
So you have a helping heart, you would say.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
That's good. That's
absolutely.
good. So overall, if I could ask you, like, what do you want out of life? I know, you gave me the big announcement that you are getting married this upcoming weekend. I love that. And so, what do you want out of life?
One thing that I talk about, even with my fiance, is we just want to live our rich life,
Okay.
and our rich life is not necessarily centered around money,
Yep.
and one of the
That's what
things
I
that
do
keeps
love.
us
Love is a
in
currency.
sync,
Yep.
yeah, what keeps us in sync is that, hindsight, both of us are not really superficial. We can, no matter what success we have, it was never really about that. Yeah, we want nice stuff, don't get me wrong. We want to spoil ourselves, we want to live and not have to think about purchasing
There
things.
you go.
But that
That's
was
a
not
different
the
lifestyle.
that's not our motivating factor.
Right.
So we say our rich life is protecting our peace. Our rich life is our kids. No matter how busy things get, we schedule and designate time to,
Family time.
yeah, we got 4 to love them the way they need to be loved individually.
Got 3, so I get it. I get it.
Yeah, because they're all different,
Yep.
and it's not a one size fits all approach. And so just having, positive people around us and reaching our goals. Sometimes our goals just result in money generating things, but
Mm-hmm.
our goals, his goal was not last year, it was 2020. Yeah, 2020, around Christmas. He said, one of my goals is I want to take the family to Africa. I'm like, okay, well, sounds great.
Okay.
It just seems so far-fetched because it came out of nowhere. Like, okay,
Right.
I'm down. For me, I'm always down for anything anyway. So I'm like, you
There we
say
go.
it. Let's
Good.
go.
Right.
Let's do
Let's go. You gonna incubate that idea. I love it.
it.
I love
Yeah.
it.
So then just so happens next year is like we kept speaking into existence. And
Mm.
then one thing, dealing with colleagues, dealing with business, next thing you know, we're in Africa doing business,
Woo.
so it's like we kind of did our business goals of, going international as well as our personal. So we constantly speak what we want, like, yo, I really want this for the family.
It's faith.
And then
Got
we
to put the
constantly
faith
work
into
towards
action.
it.
Faith into
Mhm.
action. And I love it. It's really that simple how to manifest things. And God will grant you, especially if something's in accordance with His will, it's not violating in His law, any of His laws and stuff. Oh, He's always gonna fund purpose.
Yeah.
So I don't chase money. I chase purpose. That's what got me on the call with you today. Hey, God, where do you want me to show up? He said, talk to Danielle. All right. I reach out, and guess what? You're like, I don't even know who this guy is.
I
But
don't. I was like, I
right?
don't know, but I was like, hey, I don't mind.
Didn't
I don't
mind.
necessarily need to know in my mind, which I was going to eventually ask you, but I didn't need to know, like, oh, is this a big company? Like, who's this? Where he's going to put it? I was like, I already know what I'm going to say is going to be whatever he wants. It's just going
Yeah.
to be the
It, it, it
truth.
that's all I ask
So
for.
wherever it's getting posted, it's going
I
to be.
only ask for the truth. I only ask for the truth. I don't want anybody trying to be pretendy and all that. Like, no, because like on your website it says authenticity. People know when you're real, when you're speaking with confidence, when you know what you're saying. I don't like liars. Liars, their stories change.
Yeah.
Integrity is so key. And I love what you're doing, and what you offer in your company because it's so needed. And what I'm running into is a lot of business owners, they'll make a lot of revenue, just like you said, 250,000 granted, given to them. Now, although that was granted to them, they didn't earn that.
Mm.
So therefore, when you don't earn something, your mindset behind managing that is a lot different.
Mm-hmm.
So, you being in the banking industry, I've worked in the banks too. And so I'm an engineer by degree. I've learned that revenue is way different from that net profit.
Very different.
And so there are businesses that I've ran into make millions, millions of dollars, and they are like 500, $600,000 in debt yearly.
Yeah.
Like,
They're not
how
making
did
any
you
money.
how did you make 13 million and you're $600,000 in debt? Well, it's money management. It's just
Mhm.
coming in and flowing out the door. They're spending ridiculous amounts of money. They have no idea what they're doing.
Mhm.
And so, are you noticing that businesses actually had that issue, like when you were working with them? Because I know you said they come back like after 2 years.
Um, I mean, it's just a variety of different things. I have really worked with a lot of companies. So yes, money management, time management,
Hmm.
staying motivated, staying focused. I think one of the biggest issues is staying focused.
That's good.
So once we kind of, like I said, part ways, projects up, they don't have the discipline to stay focused on what they're trying to do.
Yep.
And entrepreneurs tend to have this, it's like everything, you want to go after every opportunity,
Yep.
everything. Well, I can make money here. I can make,
Jack
well,
of
I know
all
how to do jack
trades,
of all trades.
master of none.
Even if they think they're being focused, it's
Oh,
like, well, everything is in janitorial, but it's janitorial here, it's this, that, and it's not focused. And that's, you find yourself just throwing darts at
yeah.
opportunities and you're not getting anything. And I even had to learn it for myself about being focused, because I fall victim of that too. I
Hey,
have a business, my
preach to the
business
choir.
partner keeps me in check, like, Danielle, you're doing it, what does he call it? Rabbit. It was like this cartoon where this dog kept going rabbit, like, because he kept getting distracted. And he's like, you're going to be rabbit again because you're getting distracted.
Yep.
So I think that has probably been the number one thing, is being able to stay focused.
Yep.
All the other things, of course, just not really having the education on how to operate a business. Because I dealt with a lot of small business, just didn't have the revenue or funding to grow their business. They didn't know how to
Right.
scale, which is one of the
Right.
things we talk about,
Right.
is scaling your business. So if you don't know how to scale, but you're also not the jack of all trades, like you can't do the social media, you can't do the proposal right, you can't do the BD, you find yourself spinning in a wheel, then you get frustrated, then you quit, then you stop and say, this is too much. I don't understand why I'm not moving forward. Overwhelmed. Exactly. So, we also talk about how to properly scale. I bootstrapped my whole business without any loans,
Oh, that's good.
hired people
That's
without
good.
any loans. And, I'm not saying it can work like that identically for everyone, but
Mhm.
there are strategic ways you can grow your business, without taking out, loans that you can't afford. So you can be like those multi-million-dollar companies in debt,
Yep.
or frustrated because you can't grow because you're still trying to be everything. You're still trying to be the cook, the waitress, the hostess. You're trying to do
The
everything.
CEO,
And the
aka
CEO, exactly.
Chief Everything Officer, not the chief executive make
Yeah,
decisions, the Chief Everything Officer. If it don't go through me and I can't see it and I don't, my hand's not on it, it's not happening, right?
exactly.
There's a lot of people who can't give up control because they're like their lack of trust, they gotta be in the
Yeah.
process, all of that. So I've noticed the exact same stuff, man. Just you validating a lot of the things that I've seen myself when talking with business owners. It's amazing because you said you work with a lot of business owners. And I've worked with a lot of business owners as well. I've talked to a lot of people. I love writing books. I love telling stories. I love,
I have
creating
to follow
relationships.
you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm Will Owens on Instagram. Will underscore
So
Owens.
I can get all your books and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll definitely send that to you for free. So, if you don't mind, would you allow me to share something? Because I think that you would actually know people who could benefit from it, and I want to give them free access to it to see if they actually would grow from it.
Okay.
Because that's my mindset. You would be the expert to validate whether this is great or not. All right. So
Okay.
give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. And I just want your honest opinion. If you say, Will, this is great, or Will, this sucks, be honest. So this is your beautiful website,
Okay.
right? I love it. So I created this whole entire platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then where I noticed most people were having issues and most businesses were having issues were lack of time, lack of funding, like money, resources,
Mm-hmm.
connections, the know-how, the accountability, right? Having somebody to be accountable to. And
Mm-hmm.
then the education, right? They had all these issues. They didn't know what it took to scale, right? Their foundation of business was very, very bad. So what I did was I solved all those problems. And so I take people through a 52-week actual course, and then it allows them to get like a virtual MBA. Now, this is way better than what a school will offer, right? Because you can even confirm sometimes school doesn't always teach you what real life has to, what you have to encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Theory and application are completely different. And so what I did was I created this whole entire course, but I asked like specific questions, right? And
Mm-hmm.
with these questions, I ask them, I say, hey, you know, do you actually want to make more money? Do you need an increase in revenue for your business to survive? Right? Are you good at generating leads? If I asked, you know, a business owner, hey, in 15 seconds or less, could you tell me what you do and what you provide that a client is actually going to want to buy, participate in, you know? Can you do that? I rarely find anybody who can in 15 seconds or less. They stumble.
Mhm.
They're not confident. They're confused. They're like, And I'm like, if you're doing that with me and I'm just having a general conversation with you, what are you showing
Mhm.
up in the marketplace like? Right?
Mhm.
Then I asked them, hey, more conversions. Now we know websites, they're cool, but they don't always convert into leads, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, into conversions, into actual clients that are paying and paying the value that you provide. Now, I see a lot of value in you. Hopefully, you're seeing a lot of value in what I'm providing. And that's why I want to give people free access because I want to validate the value. Okay. And
Mhm.
then I teach people how to get more transactions out of their customers. Now, I call it the Netflix effect, right? Netflix, they don't charge the
Mhm.
1 year. They say, we're going to get you monthly. And then at any
Mhm.
given time, we want to raise our prices. We're just going to justify it by giving more value. Now,
Mhm.
speaking of raising prices, that's exactly what happens. You can raise the prices. Then more profits. Last but not least, I'm teaching you how to scale
Mhm.
to build that $1 million business. And once they answer all these questions, it's going to create a customized roadmap for them. Now, one thing I do want to show you, let's just like, can you give me an average business? Like just something that's like not like super crazy.
Oh, you mean like an industry or?
Uh, Industry, business, whatever it may be. Like coffee shop, like or
Oh,
you pick a
okay.
business.
Yeah. Or a
Bank,
janitor. Yeah.
right? Okay,
Okay.
you
That's
said janitor, you said?
yeah.
All
Mhm.
right, cool. So with the janitor, right, how much do you think they would bring in annual revenue?
Ooh, just depends on how good, but if it's a small business, I mean, you can say 250 to 500.
All right, cool. So we're not even gonna go that high, okay? So
Mm,
I always guarantee business owners that I know how to generate at minimum, $100,000 in annual revenue in their business. At
mm,
minimum. Right? Without them spending a dime on like marketing, advertising. It's all like just structure based stuff with their business, setting it up properly. So let's just say the business earned 50,000, right? They weren't watching their numbers. Their gross profit margin is 30%. Their net profit margin is 20%, right? So annual revenue is 50,000. They're getting paid in US dollars. And let's just say, hey, I know some strategies, let's 12 strategies that will actually grow that company by 10% in every area of strategy that I'm implementing. Okay?
mhm.
I can guarantee, I told you, 100,000, right? Let's see if I actually do it. Oh, I didn't do it. Right? I teach them about cost cutting, market dominating position, that 15-second spill, clearly stating how they're the best in the market, having them offer something compelling, increasing the prices right, upselling, cross-selling, learn about bundling, how to downsell if a person can't go forward, giving additional products and services, doing a drip campaign, a follow-up. You know, creating alliances like you worked at the bank and look, everybody was coming to you saying,
Mhm.
"Oh, Danielle, I love you." Like, how do we
Mhm.
work together? How do I take advantage of that? Like, can I send you people? All of that. Then it came down to creating more leads for the person. And then remember, all that stuff wasn't even online. Now, what if we implement the digital marketing piece? Look, that business that was making $50,000 then turns into making 36,000. Now, did I keep my promise of 100,000?
Was that on addition? I'm looking at the bottom,
Um,
addition to their 50K.
no. Just in total profit impact, just alone.
Oh, no, because they were supposed to
I
make a
I failed, and I'm so sorry. Integrity is important, and so is trust, and actually, you know, living up to what we say we can do. So if I deep dive the profits further and give them more services to actually make up for the 100,000 that I missed out on, Teach them about marketing, how to, generate the right content, how to optimize their website, utilizing a squeeze page, landing page, and actually push people through a funnel. Teach them about email marketing and saying the right words to convert people. Showing up in the marketplace on Google and everything, search engine optimization, Bing and every other platform. Digital advertising, I show them video marketing, how to actually deal with publicity and PR and advertising, generate a sales team, all of that. What did I actually generate?
610,000.
And that company was a $50,000 business.
Mm.
So let me ask you, does it make sense to actually put money into businesses' hands?
You mean like just let them lend money? Is that what you mean by that?
No, teach them how to generate profits, right?
Oh yeah.
Debt, we don't want to work in debt. Debt is bad,
Yeah.
but especially if a person doesn't know how to manage their liabilities. We want
Yeah.
assets. We want to
Hmm.
create cash so that they can be like Apple. Apple has the problem of we got so much cash, we got to bury it because they just got so much money, right? So we want that issue. They keep doing stock splits and everything. They're like, man, we're super rich right now. Like Google, same thing. Amazon, come on now. So I want these small businesses to get there, and I know how to get them there. Guess what? Once I get them there and I show them the model works, what do you think I'm gonna do?
Get more business.
Well, yeah, get more businesses. We're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back, and like that was only 10% growth. Let's go for 30 next time.
Hmm.
We already know the process that works. Let's go for more.
Hmm.
So if I'm helping business owners do that, do I look like an asset to them if I help them implement everything?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Have you been an asset to people that you've helped?
Yeah.
Do they love you?
Hmm.
What's the greatest form of currency besides money?
I trust. I don't know. That's a
I'd say it's love.
oh, okay. Well, it was on the lines of that. I was like, is something in there? So
It's
yeah.
all good. It's love. If I love somebody and I'm rich, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make sure that person's taken care of. Anytime they fall down, I got their back. And vice versa, if they love me as well, I'm sure they're going to do the same. So my goal is to make all my connections as rich as possible. So when I say, hey, wait, you was going on that Africa trip? Did you take a private jet?
Mhm.
Can I actually like be the luggage? Like, can I like fit in the suitcase? Can I go with you? And you're like, Will, man, hey, look, we got plenty of seats. Look, you and your whole family come.
Mhm.
I like that type of relationship.
Mhm.
So like, do you think that people need to like learn about what you do and then also take advantage of something that I'm offering to them? That
Of course. I mean, in totality, yeah, they're going to need government contracting is just a market. And that's what I always tell people.
you
You
got
still
it.
have to run a business.
You got it.
And so so yeah, you absolutely need to know how to operate a business to be successful. It's not just getting a contract. You have to manage it. And not only manage the contract, you have your G&A. I mean, you have to actually operate the actual company. So, I mean, absolutely. One thing when it comes to government contracting, though, we don't really need social media to be successful.
I agree. I
Yeah.
never advertise on social media. When you say I'm gonna follow you, you're not gonna see anything but me and my kids.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
that's all people want to see. They're nosy now. So they just want to see, what you're doing and things like that. But, we did a whole webinar on how to grow a multi-million-dollar business without social
without
media.
without social media.
So, I mean, but a lot of those aspects, yes, they're still going to need to know how to grow. It's just kind of probably going to be done differently. Just won't be doing a whole lot
Yeah,
of
of course.
campaign, social media.
Every
But
company
there
is
are
different.
some things in there that, yes, they can need to know.
So
Um,
does it make sense for them to get access to it? Like if I gave free access to them to be like, hey, can you test it out and let me know? Like is this valuable to you or not? Like, I want to create more case studies and I want to give more access. Like how, all right, you are you familiar with like natural laws, like universal laws?
Mhm.
Okay. So in a sense of like reciprocity, law of reciprocity, the more I give, what happens?
You get more back. Yeah. You got to
I'm
give
gonna
something for free to get something back
the
sometimes.
more I'm gonna
And well,
receive.
actually, all the time, you have to give something away. And that's even in marketing, people want to be able to see if this is really a fit for
For
them before
them.
they spend money, or they want to validate you before they waste their money or their time. But I would definitely look at it, and also run it by my partner, because like I
That's
said, the
fine.
market we're in doesn't necessarily require some of those things. So if I'm going to bring it to, like our mentees or the businesses that we work with, I want to make sure it's a tool that's going to propel them in what they paid me for,
All right, so
which is
let's
the
let's
government
talk about
space.
it. Let's talk about it, right? I'm gonna show you something. Does every business need more leads? Whether that's more contracts, more customers. Does every business need
Mhm,
more leads? Okay. Do they need to be able to convert those leads over to actual clients or close contracts?
mhm,
Do they need to be able to create more transactions out of it?
mhm.
Okay. Do they need to be able to manage their profits?
Yeah,
Okay. Last but not least, if they're a really good brand and they're a really good business, do they need to know how to actually turn their business into a actual $1 million franchise or business?
yeah. If they want to, yes.
If they
Some
choose
you'd be
to.
surprised. I have some
Oh yeah,
businesses
no,
don't even want to be multi-million, but yes,
you are
hindsight.
100% right. You are 100% right. Look, I've gotten some weird answers. I say, hey, you running a business, and they're like, yeah. And it's like, oh, like, would you like to make more money? And they're like, no.
I've seen that too.
And I'm
I've
like,
had people who had opportunities to grow and they're like, nope, I want to stay local. I like my people because I don't want to work that hard. And I just want to wake up, manage the people I know, go to sleep at night, be with my family. Don't want an office. I do well. They're like, I'm good,
can't
right?
do
I'm complacent.
nothing but respect that.
Yep. That's
I
that
gotta
was their rich
respect that.
life.
Everybody has their own definition. I just like it when business owners actually, their words are congruent with their actions. Person can't say I want to grow and I want to do better and I want to be better, and then yet they're sabotaging themselves every day. Like you wouldn't believe how many people I've seen literally put themselves in debt because they're trying to chase something that's not going to bring them any fulfillment.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
success and fulfillment, people like think that they're the same thing. They're not. You can be a millionaire and be very miserable because you don't know how to run a company, and then you're actually affecting a lot of people's lives every single day. And then when that company fails, you want to kill yourself. Yeah, you was making a million, but if it wasn't properly structured, you hurt yourself. And so that's the key thing. I'm all about structure, systems, processes. Structure, system, processes. And those 5 questions that I had asked you about, hey, do they need more leads? Do they need more conversions? Do they need more transactions, more profits? And do they, the last part was build your business if you want to. But even, if they're offering such great value, they can even raise their prices, right? To go according. I remember when I used to do relationship consulting, I was charging so little money. Um, and it was sad in a sense of like the people, they're like, man, my relationship is gonna be great now that I talk to you. And then I'm like, you'll be back.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I don't need to pay because I'm good now. And I'm like, you'll be back. Like you don't have to pay right now, but either you're gonna pay me or you're gonna pay the court system when that divorce happens. So it's up to you. But some people got to learn the hard way. So all in all, you said you would test it out. That's all I'm asking. All I'm asking is that you test it out. I will set up a call with you just to go like 10 minutes and we'll just go through the questionnaire. And so you can really experience what all these business owners would have to go through. And
Mhm.
then, of course, I'll be a resource for them to utilize. And that's it. Of course, they're going to be like, hey, Danielle, I realized I was struggling in this area and I need this help. And now, guess what? That's more business for you. It's
Yeah.
more business if you want it.
So
if you
What
want.
I'll do, yeah, what I'll do is I'll run it by my partner.
Hmm.
So you say you'll send it over to me so we can
Yeah,
maybe look.
I give you access if you send me your email. Well, I already got your email. You send me his email, like, and then I'll get you both free access for it. Y'all test it out, like utilize it. We'll set up a call to where I could walk y'all through. Or
Mhm.
if you want me to just make a video walking you through, and y'all could watch the video, that's cool. I don't mind either way. Um, but then you can ask questions. I love to meet him. Seems like a great guy as well. And then from there, if you like it, it's valuable, it's viable. And so both valuable and viable, right? I've at it. Share it with people. Like I'm not about being selfish. Because think about it, had you not seen all those large transactions in the bank and then want to ask questions, I am asking questions. And now you're sharing knowledge back with me. If those people did not share knowledge back with you about how they were actually able to bring in those large transactions, where would you be?
Oh, I get the concept. No, I completely understand the whole model and what you're asking. And it's just, okay, you test out if it works and get it out there. So it pretty much broadens your audience because now you'll have an audience of more businesses. So, I mean, it completely makes sense to me. So what I'll do, like I said, if you send it to us, we'll look
Hmm.
at it
Hmm.
and see, what it is, because that's honestly something Kyle will be more doing.
That's
He
cool.
he is more of the person that kind of digs into that. Even in our own business, I'm more BD. I run the company,
Yep.
but Kyle will definitely be the one to really go through it. And I mean, with that, like I said, we have our deliberations, say, hey, this is a good thing that maybe we can post on our website, or maybe we can promote, or give people
Yeah.
access to.
And
Then we'll make that decision.
And
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? You don't even have to post it on the website. Just tell me who you actually grant access to. That's all, right?
Yeah.
Like that's literally it. Like you'd be like, hey, try these 5 companies. And then I'm like, okay, cool. And then I just put in their email and then, hey, you got access. If you need a walkthrough, I'll do the walkthrough. And then hey, have at it. I want to see businesses grow.
Okay. Well, that's cool. So, do you have a referral program set up for that? Like, say, for instance, we refer some businesses and they're like, you know what, I really like this and I want to
Yeah.
move forward with it and actually pay for the services. Do you have like a referral program that's pretty?
So I could set up one, but guess what? How do I set up a referral program for something that's free?
No, if they pay, if they, you'll never charge for this?
I
This
don't
is
need
always a free
I don't
tool?
I don't need to charge for it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So like that's the thing. Like if somebody wants me to charge for it because they see the value in it and they're like, this is gold, I'll charge for it. But I'm willing to give it to you for free so you can access it. And I want all in all, the business owners, they're going to realize they're stuck. When they realize they're
So where do
stuck,
you, okay, so then I have a question for you.
hmm
Where do you make your money then? Like,
uh,
I mean, we're
well,
all in
okay.
business to
Yeah,
make
yeah. You
money.
said, where do I make my money?
That would
I,
be a good, yeah.
I said, I love the question. Hi, Danielle. Where do I make my money? I see on your website you're looking for actual, somebody said you could work for my company. At home, we got, all right, cool. So, would I be a valuable asset to somebody like your business?
I mean, it could be, yeah.
Could I
Yeah.
generate revenue for your business?
Hmm.
So, who would pay me if I'm generating the revenue and it's coming to your business?
So you get hired as an independent consultant?
Is that what you want to do?
I mean, okay. I guess if that's what somebody wanted to do, then
Is that,
so
I
that's
mean, like you know the government contracts, you know how to obtain them. I know how to make the money work and grow businesses. So if you get somebody that like the 250,000 and they're like, I got 250,000, I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, all right, let's go. Give me the vision. We'll build out the model and then we're gonna get at least, they starting off. So it's gonna be like 50, 60% growth for them. And then they already have the money. Guess where my fee came from? The money you already obtained for them.
Okay.
Do they ever see a loss or anything? Nope.
Mm-mm.
Because it was grant money. It's better than them spending trying to figure out.
So, so now that you're talking, you got my mind spinning because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, you start losing me for a second there, and I had to like wheel it back in and
That's
figure
fair.
out.
That's fair.
So, when you said, could you be an asset to a business like ours? And the question would be yes, you could be an asset to a business like ours because of our mentorship program and things like that that we do.
Yep.
But it sounds like if we wanted someone like you in our company, with your expertise, would it only be in that, or would you actually do sales and things of that sort? Because we are hiring for that, which is why it just kind
All
of
right.
dawned on me. I'm like, we're actually hiring for that, but then I'm like, you
Can
have
I
your
be
own
honest with you?
business.
Can I be honest
So
with you?
so yeah.
All right. Remember earlier I said that I contacted you for a reason because I'm supposed to do things out of purpose. All right. My name is Will. God's will is William, but God's will I am. I just have to show up where God tells me to. And then I just speak. I didn't know what you were hiring for. You didn't advertise that on your site. I just spoke. You were like, oh, wait, what? And guess what happens when people find out what I can do and what I offer to their business and how I fulfill a need that they didn't even say? They
Mm.
say, wow.
That's funny.
So that's my website. YouSaidWow.com because they
So the
literally
other
say,
question would be, okay, so you found a need, within our company, and we were like, okay, you know what? Well, we actually needed that right now. But if there's other companies out there, then how would do you have other people on your team that just,
oh, I can find people because guess who I'm connected to? I'm connected to God.
okay.
So if there's God's purpose that's flowing in the earth, God will always provide resources for his purposes to get fulfilled. There's never lack. It's always abundance. So you state the need, I promise you, the need will be fulfilled.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I like this whole approach. This has been the first time this has ever happened. But as
Like
I
my job
also
interview?
stated, I love it. As I stated, though, I'm a very open-minded person. So I love new things and how people do things. So I'm very open, different personalities and way people do things. So I love the approach. And but what I would say is I would definitely tell you, I'm gonna speak with Kyle, which is my partner,
Okay.
because we run
I'm gonna
opposite.
I'm gonna render this recording and I'm gonna send it over. That way, it will help justify when you speak to him. You said he likes watching and learning and stuff like that.
Oh
So
yeah, very much so.
play.
Very
I'm
much.
gonna put it on YouTube. Play it in 2 times speed so he can get through faster and make his decision on whether he's like, yeah, this is a go or this is a no go. Of course, you
Yeah.
guys are gonna have your access as well. I just need his email. I got yours already.
Okay. I'll
But
send you
I'm sure for answering any questions, and I know you're gonna be. It's a short week for you, so can we link up either tomorrow or Wednesday before you shut everything down? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
definitely Wednesday because
Even if it's just Kyle.
yeah, because that it's because of him.
Uh-huh.
He's extremely like closing out a lot of things on the training side.
Yep.
So we can prepare, for having. I'm not going to be here Thursday and Friday,
Yep.
so availability probably better on Wednesday,
All
but I will
right.
double check with him.
Please double check with him.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the calendar for like 9 a.m. Tentatively, and then I'll do 11. I'll do 11 tentatively.
11. All right. So let
Um,
me I'll reach out to him. I think he's in a meeting now, but
That's
once he
cool.
gets out of his meeting, I'll see what he thinks about 11 a.m. But definitely send that over
I
because
got
I
you.
was like, yeah, we're definitely in there. I
So
mean, we have an excellent team now, but we were just talking about like, hey, we really want another really good person on our team. Because right now, I mean, we've already gotten 2 contracts just from the team that we have, right?
right.
And just really working the mentorship. I was like, we really just need to grow this part. And then it's so funny that we have this conversation. So
I
I mean,
need
I
you to
don't.
say it. I'm sorry. You ain't say it. I need you to say it. Say wow, please. Cause like
All
you
right.
like
Wow. So you said wow.
I need
That's so
you to
funny.
say wow. So you said wow. It's just wow. That's it. That's it. As long as you say wow, you were skating around the word, you wanted to say it, but it just wasn't coming out. But so like you just ruined the whole like little play on it. But it's all good. It's all good. I still love you.
All right. So I will definitely yeah, just send it over to me. I don't, I guess, hold on, let me text you his email.
Okay. Yep. And that's all I need. And then yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is your number. You're
Yep.
in Jersey?
No, 978 is a actual Massachusetts number. I am from
Really?
Boston, Massachusetts. Yep, yep.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm actually in Atlanta, Georgia. Where are you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're in Fairburn.
Oh, you down here in Georgia with me.
Yeah.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
bet. So guess what? Even if he likes it, and I gotta meet up with him, because guess what? I'm in Atlanta, like I'm in Atlanta, but live in Moro. So you guys aren't far from me,
Oh, well, I don't, Morrow is like out there.
but you're still not
Morrow is,
far.
yeah, but it's not bad. It's still within driving distance, but you know, since they start growing, no, 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 you know what? It's not Morrow. I'm getting it mixed up with McDonough. McDonough is the one that's far
McDonough's
away.
the deep deep.
Morrow's not that bad.
Jonesboro is
Yeah,
where, yep, yep, we're all
yeah,
good.
yeah, you're not far.
Yeah.
Okay, well, cool. Well, it was definitely nice meeting you. This is a pleasure. Just it's cool. I
I
liked it.
love the whole conversation. You're amazing. It's easy to see why your fiance is, making that big leap. Blessings and prosperity to that, that marriage that you guys are about to embark on. And, I want to, like I said, y'all traveling, I want to be traveling too. Like,
Okay.
yeah, because it's all about, look, you got the kids and everything. I don't know the ages, but I know mine, 10, 3, and 1. So,
Oh wow, you got babies. Yeah.
yeah, so like, you know what I'm saying? Like it is about building community. Community matters because, we really got to see who we can depend on and really connect with
Mm-hmm.
and grow with because I don't know about you. I don't know if you ever seen Dennis the Menace, but I want my kids to be able to go outside and know that they safe. They safe in the neighborhood. We got neighborhood people that's watching and stuff like that. I want to create that. How do I create that? If more people are able to generate income and then raise their families the right way, educate them, build legacies, and they're not stressing over money, they're not stressing over a work schedule, whatever it may be. I want to create a better community and life for everybody.
Ooh, I like it.
And by
I
the
really,
way,
really do. I think you'll vibe with Kyle really well. Kyle's very, very down to earth. Definitely a strategist, and
love it.
definitely someone who pays extreme attention to detail, which is why I need him as a partner because I'm definitely the visionary.
Yeah, you're the
He's
visionary.
the one that's
But
going to
that's
make it happen.
oh, you
So,
need the
but
action
perfect.
person. Yep. And that's what
Exactly.
I'm about. I'm a visionary, but I know I take action. Like that's why I
Yeah.
reached out to you. So I know how to fulfill both roles. And hey, I hope this makes sense. By the way, I just want to let you know, and I would be remiss if I didn't. God told me to help 250,000 people by the end of the year. So yeah, I don't know how many people you about to contribute to me helping when it comes to that 250,000 person goal, but I got to do it. So I'm just letting you know that goal has to be hit, and I need his help, as much help as possible.
I like it.
Keep it in mind,
Okay.
please, and thank you.
All right. Well, it was nice speaking with you. You'll be hearing. I text you Kyle's email too. So, all
All right, sounds good. Thank you so
right.
much. I'll get you
Bye.
guys your access.
Okay.
All right, bye. Oh, check it. Make sure you look in your spam messages too, though. It might go into the spam box or junk.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Cool. Thanks.